Well, the band is rocking here from Oconto Falls as they brought a bus full of Assumption flutists, flautists, clarinetists, trombonists, you name it. And they are fired up. They're going to be playing for us the national anthem just moments here as we're getting set for the sectional final from Oconto Falls. We'll be back with the tip of this afternoon's contest right after this. You are listening to the new Y 105.5 WLJY as well as WLJYFM.com. Back with more and the start right after this. The second guard, Grace Lynn Lenz, a 5'5" senior. And rounding out the trio of guards is Greta Sleater, a 5'4" junior. The one forward tonight, Courtney Heimerl, 5'5" and a junior. And in the middle, Katie Stegman, a 5'11" junior. Those are the starting lineups for Suring's Sean Wagner. For the Assumption Royals, head coach Joe Burkhauser in his 20th season. He will start at the point guard, Macy Zerflu, 5'6" senior. The wings today will be Mason Krings, 5'6" and a senior, as well as Autumn Linsmeyer, 5'6" and a senior. Autumn got that cut above her eye taken care of, and she's been cleared to play again today. The forward, Gina Grunhofer, 6'1" and a senior. And rounding out the starting lineup will be Olivia Skiba, 6'2", and she is a senior. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with the tip. Right after this, you're listening to Assumption Royal Basketball on the new Y 105.5 WLJY. It never fails now, does it? You can send it back after this weather. So the Golden Eagles of Suring have been introduced. Their uniforms very similar to those of Barneville. Very dark. They've got gold lettering down in the front and the back, numerals on the front, and gold trim down the sides. So for these old eyes, might be kind of fun to try to pick out those numbers out there, especially when they're going towards the other end of the Oconto Falls Gymnasium, the home of the Panthers here. We last year sat to the right with the band over there. We decided to slide it a little bit down to the left, so we're down by the Royal bench and Royal fans, actually. And the Assumption Royals are the home team on the scoreboard. They've got their home whites with the blue lettering, numerals, and trim down the side. That's going to wrap up our Marshfield Clinic pregame show. It's brought to us by the Marshfield Clinic, reminding you, don't just live, shine. And afterwards, maybe stop on out, Homestead Golf. Grab a pizza and a pop and say hi to Dewey and the whole gang. Think spring. I think we got through our little bit of snow, and maybe now the weather will warm up, and next thing you know, we'll be out on the links. Say hi to Dewey and the whole gang from all of us at the new Y 105.5. So we are set to go. The ball is in the air, and the tip is controlled by Gina Grunhofer. Into the forecourt quickly goes Linsmeyer up the right-hand side. She'll kick it back around. Grunhofer spotting up a three straight away. Boom! Gina Grunhofer splashing it down, and the Royals immediately on top 3-0. Going to come with some full-court pressure. They're going to try to trap off of the dribble. And breaking that pressure, now the ball's poke checked away, it comes free, and it was last touch, they're going to say, by Van Bellinger, and it'll be Royal basketball. That's the first turnover of the contest. 3-0 Royals on the first shot going down for Grunhofer. Into the forecourt go the Royals. Krings on the right side. Zone defense being played by Suring. Kring's going to let a three-ball fly as well. And that is just long, and the board comes down to the Eagles. Heimerl had it. She'll leave it on the left-hand side to Sleater. Into the forecourt, double-team pressure against Lenz. Three-ball on the way from the right wing. Doesn't go along. A rebound, however, comes down into the hands of Heimerl. And they'll reload the offense on top of the wheel. 3-0 Royals. We have played 1 minute here in this sectional final. Stegman touches the ball for the first time. Drive, dribble penetration, shot, hoop, and arm. And the Royals all looking at each other wondering who's going to get called for the foul. I think they're going to call Zerflu on that. That'll be the first on Macy. And it'll be a chance to tie things up here for Van Bellinger, and she does. 3-3 our score. 5 ticks under 1 minute gone by here in this first half of play from Oconto Falls. Linsmeyer has it left wing, skip it over Krings right side. She'll rotate it to the left. Zerflu, dribble penetration, 8-footer, too long. Rebound battled for and won by Skiba. Back out on top to Krings. Left side Zerflu underneath Linsmeyer. Tries to go baseline, cut off there. Back out Zerflu, 3-bomb on the way. That's too long. Grunhofer has to go off of her hands out of bounds. Will come back this way. Suring coming towards me here in half number 1. Royals going away from us. Tied at 3, a minute and a half gone by. Inbounds pass goes right to Zerflu. She puts it up with the left hand and rolls it off the rim. Rebound battled for and won, however, by Autumn Linsmeyer. Gets it to Grunhofer. We reload the offense. Top of the wheel, Krings, now over to Zerflu. 16-16 in the first half of play. 3-3's our score. Linsmeyer, ball above the head. Grunhofer, fall away, 17. No, rebound, Linsmeyer on the inside. Finish it with the left hand, Autumn. She gets her first 2 of the contest. And the Royals now on top, 5-3. Into the forecourt comes Van Bellinger, all the way to the rack. Has it blocked away by Skiba, and we'll keep it on the end right down for me here. We'll take it out on the right side of the basket as Sleater and I both see it. Here's a lob inbounds. That goes to Stegman. Come here on the baseline. Ball stolen away by Linsmeyer. Royals heading up the other way in a hurry. Get it over to Grunhofer. She'll slam on the break. Pivot, put it up off the glass and in. That was a nice move. I think all of Suring thought she was going to fall back and throw that out on top. When they all stepped away from her, she tucked it under and put it off the glass and in. 7-3 now. Royals leading it by 4. Coming the other way. Blocked by Skiba as Sleater was trying to take it all the way to the rack. Zerflu the other way. She gets the ball ripped out of her hands, but she gets fouled, and she's going to shoot a couple. And the foul is going to go against A.Z. Van Bellinger. Interesting spelling on her first name. It's simply A.Z., like the abbreviation for Arizona, but it's pronounced A.Z. Macy will shoot 2 free throws. Very quiet Oconto Falls Gymnasium. Rattles around and out. Keep it at 7-3 Royals. 15 and a half minutes to go in this first half of play. A trip to the promised land on next Friday on the line here. Free throw is in the air, and this one crawls off as well, but the rebound comes down to Skiba. Olivia going to back her way inside, has it ripped away from her, and picked out of the sky by Suring. Come the other way, double team coming against Sleater. She retreats into the backcourt. Royals with a lot of pressure. Now the ball's loose, and it's going to be picked up by Zerflu. She'll take it to the basket, overlay with the left hand. Grunhofer with the rebound, and we're going to get a foul underneath, and that's going to go against Suring. I believe it'll be on Lenz. It is, and for Grace Lynn will be her first, second team. So Olivia Skiba will take a seat. She'll be replaced by Gracie Wendels, 5'5" junior. Grandparents might be listening on the World Wide Web. If that's so, we'll say hi to them for her. Inside Grunhofer. Fall away, 4-footer, count it. Gina establishing herself early. She has 7 of the 9 points for the Royals, and now we're going to have offensive foul. As setting herself was Zerflu and taking the charge. And that's going to go against Greta Sleater, the 5'4" junior. Third team foul now on the Golden Eagles. 9-3 Assumption, just under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Inbounds, Zerflu, put it up, falls off the rim again. Thought she might have got hit on the arm a little bit, but we play on. Coming the other way, Sleater towards us, just dribbles away from a triple team, gets it across the half-court line, and now we're going to get a timeout taken by Coach Wagner, or is it a foul? Nope, they're going to call a reach-in foul. Ooh, it's going to be the second on Macy. So there's 2 fouls that have been called on the Royals thus far, both of them on Macy. So a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Wagner. So as we come out of the timeout, 3-bomb on the way. Off the rim, doesn't fall for Sleater. And the rebound to Gracie Wendels. Rose Crowns came in for the foul-plagued Macy Zerflu, who has 2 fouls already. And they get it down low to Linsmeyer. She double-dribbled it. And it's turnover number 1. Rose Crowns, a 5'8" senior for the Royals. And full court pressure still coming from Assumption. The dribble around the backcourt is easy. Up ahead, off the glass, and good for Courtney Heimerow. She gets her first 2. 9-5 as Olivia Skiba gets set to check into the ball game. 1-3-1 zone defense being employed by Suring. And I'm sure they're going to try to do that all night. Krings for 3, short. Rebound, Linsmeyer flyby, no. Follow up for Grunhofer, no. A second attempt, still no good, but this time she gets fouled. The Royals with a decided height advantage out there. And the foul is going to be whistled against Katie Stegman, her first, team's 4th. So Gina now, her first trip to the charity stripe, has 7 points, looking for 8 and 9. There's 8. Skiba will come back in, replacing Mason Krings. Give Mason a little bit of a breather. 10-5, Assumption, with 13:50 to go in this first half of play. And one more toss coming up for Grunhofer. Gene will give it a couple of dribbles on the way and rattles in. Seen so many rattle out this year. It's good to see one rattle through for change, and Assumption leading it by 6. Backcourt 2-2-1 pressure by the Royals. Suring breaks that pressure. They go baseline, 8-footer, no good. Went off the foot of Skiba, and the ball's going to go rolling past me all the way back to the wall behind us. Right to the basket as she and I see it. And she throws it for the center, and what a save that time on the wing, made by Lenz. Now Sleater with the dribble. Almost got a big carry there. Takes it to the baseline, puts up the runner, short, and the rebound comes down to Grunhofer as she tries to dribble through a horde of defenders. Linsmeyer go underneath the basket, crowns over to Skiba, take it to the basket, put it up and in. Olivia with a strong move to the basket with authority, and it's 13-5, Royals by 8. 13 minutes remaining in this first half of play. Into the forecourt, jumper, right wing, that's going to come up short. Rebound battle for Rose Crowns down there. And a tie-up with Lenz, and possession arrow in favor of Surrey. This time, Sleater will inbound it right in front of me. With exactly 13 minutes to go, and the Royals on top 13-5. And now the ball goes right through the hands of Heimerow, turnover number 4. And Assumption will get it back, one of those unforced tennis turnovers. So Autumn Linsmeyer going to run the point with Macy Zerflu on the bench with 2 fouls, and she'll probably remain there for the better part of the first half. Rose Crowns, left wing, about 3 feet beyond the arc. Get it down inside Skiba, and she walked with it. Yep. When she pulled the ball away from the defender, she dragged the pivot foot, and the outside official caught her. Turnover number 2 on the Royals, still leading it by 8. Looking to get some pressure at the half-court mark. And Bellinger, she almost dragged the pivot foot that time. Rose Crowns on her. Dump it down low to Stegman. Back out to Sleater. Sleater with the left hand, turning the edge, trying to come around the right side. Can't find any room there, so they have to reverse the court, go on the left baseline. Dump it around to Sleater. She'll take it to the rack, put it up, blocked by Skiba, and we'll keep it right here. 12:17 remaining. Half number 1, 13-5 as Rose Crowns takes a seat. Mason Krings back in for her. Looking for the inbound. Sleater still looking, and she has to go way out on top. And they load the offense from out there. Take it to the free throw line, and Lenz just dragged the pivot foot as she couldn't get rid of the pass, and the passing lane was cut off by the Royals. And unofficially turnover number 5 now on the Golden Eagles of Surrey as we approach the 12-minute mark of half number 1. Linsmeyer on the right wing, Krings. Grunhofer back over to Linsmeyer. On him, one dribble, put up the 7-footer off the glass, no. And the rebound secured by Surrey. Heimerl has it. She'll leave it for Van Bellinger. Into the forecourt. Lenz. Tough catch by Van Bellinger. She goes behind the back with the dribble, tries to turn the corner, runs into Skiba, picks up her dribble, and then goes out on top of the wheel. Spinning around, Sleater with it there. On the left-hand side, Lenz on the dribble, on the penetration, has it partially blocked, grabbed out of the sky by Gerendhofer, and she's going to take it up the court, go on the right-hand side, go all the way to the basket, step under, lay it up and in. I think Gina just kind of had her mind made up that time that she was not going to be stopped, and she wasn't. And now a ball tipped up in the air by Gracie Wendels, and after the turnover, a foul is going to be called against the Eagles. Let's see who it's going to be on. And it'll go against Grace Lynn Lenz. That's going to be her second. 5 now on Surrey. Skiba with the catch on the right baseline, gets it back to Krings, skip it over to left-hand side. Linsmeyer underneath low, kick back out. There's Krings and spot up a 15-footer. Good! Mason Krings with her first 2 of the ball game. And the Royals now extend their lead to 12, 17-5. Just under 11 minutes to go here in half number 1. Turning the edge, tough shot by Lenz, put it up, shot, no. And the rebound by Stegman, but she gets to shoot 2. And the foul is going to go against Gina Grundhofer. First on Gina, and it'll be the team's 3rd. So 2 fouls thus far on Zerflu and 1 on Grundhofer. And the free throw on the way by Stegman is good. And we're going to see Jolynn Frisch, a 5'10 senior, for the first time this afternoon, replacing Olivia Skiba. Doing a little work on the floor here as we got something laying down there, and the official picks it up. And the next free throw on the way for Stegman is good. So she hits both free throws. And Assumption's lead is down to 10 at 17-7. Just under 11 minutes to go in half number 1. Gracie Wendels on the baseline, Grundhofer. Gina thought about it for a moment, but decided against it. Now they go back to Grundhofer, and it's poked out of bounds by the Eagles, and we'll keep it on the far end of the court. Krings to inbound it at the end of the Suring bench. Mason looking and gets it inbounds to Wendels. Left side, Grundhofer, 3-bomb on the way, wide to the right, and the rebound secured by Stegman. 17-7. The Royals on top by 10. Here comes Suring into the forecourt, and Bellinger with it. She'll leave it for Sleater. Lenz left side, double teamed over there, and she'll have to bounce it into the corner where even more trouble for Heimer. Now they finally reverse it out to the top of the wheel. And Bellinger. Lenz, 3-ball on the way. Long rebound. Comes out to Grundhofer. She's out on the fly the other way. Crosses it over. Takes it to the left side. Stops. Reverses the lane. Ball's loose on the floor. Bodies are on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow should be in favor of the Royals. And Olivia Skiba will check back into the ball game for Assumption. Speaking of Assumption, we're going to try our darndest to make it back to Pittsville tonight and bring you Assumption Royal boys basketball, as they will be in a regional final against the Panthers of Pittsville. Our broadcast time sometime between 6:30 and 9 o'clock. We'll try our best, folks. Grundhofer out to Wendell, straight away. Shot off the rim, no. Gets her own rebound. Takes it inside and now dribbles out as she was harassed down there. Ball goes over on the right side. Krings will put a 3-ball on the way. Good! It rattled a bit, but it's stuck! And the Royals on top 20-7. 9.5 minutes remaining in this first half of play. The rush to the Resch is on for the Royals. Now Krings tips the ball high up into the air and regathers it. She'll get it ahead to Linsmeyer with the left-hand finish. Autumn with 4 points now, and the Royals by 15 at 22-7. In the backcourt, pressure coming from Krings. They don't cross the timeline, and now we're going to get a walk as Lenz didn't get the ball on the court in time. And the Royals will have possession as Blake Seppel, a 5'4 junior, will see her first PT. She'll replace Gracelyn Lenz. So Krings to inbound it at the half-court stripe. for Assumption, who leads it by 15 points as we approach the 9-minute mark here of half number 1. Linsmeyer, left side. That's Grundhofer with the ball above her head. She'll rotate the arc to the right side. Krings with it. Mason thought about the 3, but put it back down on the ground. We'll go left side instead. Rotate the arc. Gracie Wendels. Get it to a Skiba as Olivia came back into the ball game. Bring that last horn. Bounce it once with the left hand. Get it low to Krings. Backside cut. Put it up with the left hand. Wendels finishes it. Gracie has her first 2, and the Royals on top 24-7. A little clear out with the right arm by Van Bellinger. Up ahead on the left side, that's Sleater with it. She gets triple teamed, and it's taken away momentarily, and now we're going to get a trip as Krings goes to the floor. And it's turnover number 9. Oh, they call that foul on Mason Krings. Okay. Thought Mason Krings got fouled on that. That's why we're a long way away and don't have a whistle. 8:17 to go, first half, 24-7 Royals. Trying to turn the edge, and there's Linsmeyer with the steal. And as soon as she got the ball, Coach Burkhauser quickly took a timeout so that she wouldn't get called for a walk. So while he takes a 30-second timeout, I'll take one with. Early Fowles has been sitting on the bench most of this first half of play. Probably will continue to sit there for the next 8 minutes or so. I know Coach doesn't like to have anybody get their 3rd foul in the first half. Royals with the basketball. Wendels thought about the 3 from the right side. Passed up on it, goes to Krings instead. Mason will bounce it out to Skiba. Olivia will skip it over to Gina. Grundhofer, little step back, 15. Good! And Coach Wagner says, how do you stop that? She catches it, she steps back, and she buries it. 26-7. Long pass over the top to AZ Van Bellinger. She'll dribble it down the paint, leave it on the right-hand side. Little jumper doesn't fall for Sleater, and the rebound into the hands of Wendels. Gracie will chase it up the middle of the court, gets it over to Linsmeyer, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on the baseline on Stegman. Second on Katie, and 6th on the team. So from here on out, Royals be shooting free throws the rest of the half. The inbounds goes to Wendels on top of the wheel. She'll put it on the floor a couple of times, pound the pavement, turn right side. Now skip it over. Linsmeyer, 3 ball. Oh, just short for Autumn. And the board secured by the Golden Eagles. Here comes Sleater the other way. Across the 10-second line, picked up out there by Linsmeyer. Now it's poked away by Wendels. And Gracie has it poked away from her, and it'll be Assumption basketball with 6:55 to go. And Rose Crowns coming back into the contest, replacing Mason Krings. Nice round of applause for Mason. Working hard out there again today. The girl with the perpetual smile. Linsmeyer receives the inbounds from Crowns that get it down inside to Grundhofer. She's triple teamed, so they go back out to Crowns. Now a little step back by Grundhofer, put it up off the back of the bracket. No, rebound to Crowns. And the Royals keep the offense alive. Good pass inside from Skiba to Grundhofer, and they knock it out of her hands, and it'll be Assumption basketball underneath their own hoop. To the right side as we see it from far away here in Oconto Falls. The inbounds comes to Grundhofer. She gets double teamed, so she'll leave it out on top into the hands of Wendels. Gracie looks left, then she goes back to the right side. Linsmeyer with it there. Grundhofer on the baseline with the help. Ball above her head, rotate the arc, left side, Crown, skip it over the top, Grundhofer. Thought about the 3. Instead, she dishes it inside to Linsmeyer. Put it off glass, no. Backdoor rebound. Crowns has it. Wendels has it, and they rotate the arc. Crowns on the left side, little pump fake, skip it over the top. Linsmeyer there, down low, skip up, back her way in. It doesn't go, but she shoots 2. Good ball movement. Got it where they wanted to, just wouldn't go. And Katie Stegman now just picked up her 3rd personal, and that's going to be tough for Surrey. As if it's not tough enough already. 2 free throws coming up for Skiba. Can give the Royals a 20-point lead here at the 6:09 mark of half number 1. It rattles out. So many just rattle halfway down and somehow come miraculously back out. See if she can stick it this time. Olivia's shot is on the way, and it's off to the mark to the right. And the rebound into the hands of Stegman with those 3 fouls. Van Bellinger Coming against Grunhofer into the front court. She reverses her dribble, goes right side, picks up that dribble. And they'll work the court on the left side now. Rose Crowns with the defense against Sleater. Sleater will feign one way, go the other, puts up a tough shot. Partially blocked by Linsmeyer. Wendels comes out of there on the fly. Over to Linsmeyer, put it up with the left hand and finish it. Autumn Linsmeyer now with 6 points. And the Royals lead is now up to 21 with 5.5 minutes to go here in half number 1. More pressure in the backcourt. Poke checked away by Linsmeyer. She gets it over to Grunhofer, who will feed her up ahead, put it up, doesn't go, but she'll shoot 2. And this foul is going to be against Greta Sleater, her second. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Wagner. He wants a 60-second timeout. Tim, so do I. Back with more from Oconto Falls right after this. .5:26 on the clock here in this first half of play from Oconto Falls, where the Assumption Royals, trying to head back to the state tournament for the 4th consecutive year, lead it by the score of 28-7. And Autumn Linsmeyer about to shoot 2 free throws. Jolyn Frisch comes in during that break in action, replacing Olivia Skiba. And Autumn's first free throw of the afternoon is good. She now has 7 points. So Gracelyn Lenz comes back into the ball game for Suring, replacing Blake Seppel. Got a feeling before this is all over, we're going to see a lot of substitutes playing today, as Linsmeyer's next free throw is good. Autumn with 8 points already. 13 for Gina. So 21 of the 30 points for Assumption between those two young ladies. Ball's now poke checked away on the dribble. It's on the floor, so is Linsmeyer, and it's picked up by Grunhofer. Gina will take it up ahead on the left side. Now back it around. And give it to Crowns. Royals rotate the arc. Linsmeyer with it down there. Goes to Jolyn Frisch on the baseline. Skip it around to Crowns. Back on top, Wendels. She goes right back to Rose. Left corner, Grunhofer. Bounce it once with the right hand to Rose. She'll spot up a 3-bomb and splash! Rose Crowns from way downtown. Bang! 33-7 Royals on top with 4:45 to go in this first half of play. Linsmeyer with the pressure in the backcourt and a 10-second call, as the Golden Eagles were not able to cross the timeline. And Carson Bushman getting set to check in for Assumption. A 5'7" senior will replace Rose Crowns, who gets a high five. Up and down the bench she goes, and the fans give her a big round of applause as well. Wendels receives the inbounds pass from Linsmeyer. She's got it on the left wing to Bushman on the right side now. Carson with a pass to Grunhofer. Gina on the right side to Gracie. To Bushman. Back around to Autumn. Right-hand side, Frisch will put on a move on the inside. She gets fouled. That could be on Stegman. If it is, it'd be number 4. Nope. Instead, it's going to be on Sleater. It'll be number 3 on Sleater and 3 on Stegman. They are in a world of hurt, folks. As Jolyn Frisch with the first free throw. No good. Kareem's to the left, but she'll get a second. Back into the ball game is Blake Seppel, the 5'4" junior for Coach Sean Wagner of Suring. And Mason Krings will also come back in for Gracie Wendels. So the second free throw for Jolyn Frisch will now occur at the 4:15 mark of half number 1. 33-7 Assumption. Let's keep it at that. Nope. I said the Royals got in the lane too early. It didn't matter. The shot did not drop anyway, so it'll be Golden Eagle basketball. And the inbounds by Stegman to Van Bellinger. She's got it on top of the wheel. Goes left-hand side. Got Seppel with it. Rotate the arc to the top. 4:04 remaining in this first half of play. Lenz on the right side, comes baseline, puts up the jumper, doesn't go off the bracket. Rebound volleyballed around, and Grunhofer, just bigger than everybody else out there, skies for the rebound and pulls it down. She takes it across the 10-second line up the far side of the court. Thinking about a 3-bomb. She's going to let it fly from 3 feet behind the arc. Doesn't go. Frisch with a good position gets the rebound. Right back over to Grundhofer, working her way inside. Kick it out to Krings, down low to Linsmeyer. She has a poke checked away, and that's only the 4th turnover on the Royals this afternoon. 3:30 to go, 33-7. Assumption on top. Lenz with the dribble into the hands of Stegman. Around to Van Bellinger. Picked up by Grundhofer. Now Stegman with it. Frisch on her. Van Bellinger turns the edge, puts up the runner off the glass too hard. Rebound to Frisch. Reach in, and we're going to get a jump ball called. And the possession arrow in favor of Suring. 3:08 to go in this first half of play. Assumption 33-7 on top. The inbounds by Van Bellinger to Lenz to the right of the top of the wheel. Back over to Van Bellinger. She gets a screen, she turns the corner, she dishes underneath. Nice pass. Fed in and put down by Courtney Heimerl. She now has 4 points. And it's 33-9 with 2:50 remaining in this first half of play. Right side, Krings going to spot up a 3-ball. Good! Mason Krings feeling it. She's got 2 3-balls behind her name and 8 points. And the lead extends to 36-9 Assumption. 2.5 minutes on the first half clock. Van Bellinger dribbles to the left wing, all the way back between the rings, and then goes right side to Lenz. Skip it back out on top to Van Bellinger. Seppel now, left side, going against Linsmeyer. Quick on, quick out there right now. Linsmeyer very fast. Finally the ball in the hands of AZ Van Bellinger. Trying to turn the edge, goes to the left elbow, bounces it over to Lenz. Didn't even look at the basket. She had a lane, but she didn't take it. Underneath, shot put up, and good by Courtney Heimerl. She's got 6 points to lead the Golden Eagles. And we're under 2 minutes to go. 36-11, Assumption on top. Frisch will skip it over. Grundhofer, left-hand side. Krings was wide open. Thought about another 3-bomb. Didn't take it. Instead, they go to Frisch. She'll put it up short. Rebound, follow. Good by Grundhofer. 15 points now for Gina. And we've got about 1.5 minutes to go in this first half of play. Left, right-hand side. Put up a jumper. It's going to go out of bounds. And will be Assumption basketball as Seppel unable to connect that time. So Gina will take a break. So will Jolynn Frisch. Gracie Wendell's back in, along with Olivia Skiba. Just under 1.5 minutes remaining here in this first half of play. 38-11, Assumption. Well, after a couple of barn burners, it's so far kind of nice to have a little bit more relaxing broadcast. And maybe a trip to the state tournament next week, Friday, on the line here. Shot by Carson Bushman, no. One-handed rebound, almost pulled down by Skiba, but not able to control it. And coming the other way is Sleater for Suring. Lenz baseline, cut off there, can't get it shot away, so she goes to Heimerl, who will reverse it out to the top of the wheel. They'll reload the offense. Sleater on top, picked up by Linsmeyer, goes to the left elbow with the dribble. Now rotated around to Stegman. Baseline, tough pass, catch. Lenz put up the jumper, off the rim, no. Rebound, shot up, doesn't fall, but the foul is going to go against Olivia Skiba. First on Olivia, 5th on the team. And Katie Stegman, who's 2 for 2 from the free throw line, will shoot 2. With 39.1 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Free throw on the way, off the bracket, doesn't go. Talking to Coach Wagner before the ball game, says they haven't been to the regional finals even since 2004, so they're enjoying this little run, that's for sure. Congratulations to them. Second free throw, no good either. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Burkhauser with 38 seconds remaining in the half. Remaining here in half number 1. The Royals on top, 38-11. It's funny, the scoreboard's full of 33 8s and 1s. The good news is the Royals have the 3-8. So the Royals will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. Wendell's will go left side to Grundhofer. Back around to Linsmeyer. Set up a 3-ball for Wendell's on the way, wide right, rebound, weak side, Krings off the glass, it rolls out. And the rebound is dug out of there by the Golden Eagles with 15 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Left side Lenz with it. Will be loaded on top of the wheel now. Get a screen up there for Sleater with 5 seconds to go. Right side jumper, 3 ball on the way short. Rebound battled for and won by Wendels. Gun sounds, and we have come to the end of half number 1. Oh, Olivia Skibba tripping one around the corner. And with the halftime score reading the Assumption Royals 38, and the Golden Eagles of Suring 11. We'll take a timeout. Tell you what, never gets old, folks. Assumption will have the basketball. They'll be coming towards me here in half number 2 as we sit at the far end of the field house from where you walk in here in Oconto Falls. Grundhofer has it. Free throw line. Go out to Krings. 3 ball on the way. A little bit short off the backboard. Rebound picked up by Skibba. She'll put it up and in. Olivia gets her second basket of the ball game. Royal still coming full court pressure, man to man. And as Sleater tries to turn it in front of Linsmeyer, it's poke checked away. She regathers, goes to the half court. And pressure coming from Skibba against Stegman. And a 10-second count is going to be called. Turnover number 13 unofficially on the Golden Eagles. Royals now at the 40-point mark. And have held Suring to 11. Linsmeyer in the left wing, skip it right side, Krings. I think she'd hit that last one, she'd have jacked it again, but instead she goes to Grundhofer. She'll fire up a 3-ball and rattle it home. Gina now has 18 points, and Assumption's lead grows to 43-11. Into the front court, Van Bellinger underneath, blocked away from behind by both Grundhofer and Skibba, and it'll remain Suring basketball on the far side of the court to the right of the rectangle. And as I thought, when those numbers get a little bit farther away, they're a little bit harder to see, much similar to those of Barneveld. If you've ever seen Barneveld, we're going to have a tripping call. It's going to go against Grundhofer. And that'll be the second on Gina, first on the team. If you've ever seen Barneveld's uniforms, they are difficult to pick out the number from a distance away. I know Coach Catterhenry was talking to me about that when they were watching him on film. He said it was really hard to pick out the numbers, and the same thing's true here in real life when they're going away from you. Top of the wheel, Sleater with it now. Van Bellinger. Take a little runner, doesn't go. Linsmeyer there for the rebound. Out in the run come the Royals. Krings coming up the near side court. Stops, pops from 6 feet off the glass. Good. They didn't stop her, so she didn't stop. She got within 6 feet, and she just finished it. She's now in double digits. 10 points for Mason. And the dribble picked off by Grundhofer. Royals coming the other way. Here's Krings on the left side of the court this time. Right back to Grundhofer. 15-footer. Rattles out and goes down. And the rebound into the hands of Sleater. She'll take it up the left side of the court. Linsmeyer on her. Tries to cross over that dribble and leaves it on the right-hand side to Heimero. Rotate the arc. Skip through, pass through, and we're going to get a foul called on the floor on Autumn Linsmeyer on the drive. And for Autumn, it'll be her first personal. And that is the second team foul on the Royals. Gracie Wendels getting set to check in. Also, Wiley Van Bellinger, 5'5" freshman, comes in for the Suring Golden Eagles. Gracie Wendels coming in for Assumption. And the inbounds now for the Golden Eagles to Van Bellinger. Left side dribble penetration, too hard off the glass. Rebound battled for, and we're going to have a jump ball. This time possession arrow in favor of the Golden Eagles. I don't see a possession arrow up on the scoreboard here. They got a beautiful scoreboard. Either it's not working, they're not using it, or I don't see it. And now on the inbounds pass, Linsmeyer knocks it off the leg of Sleater, and they're going to give the ball to Assumption. 16 minutes to go until the state tournament next week, Friday in Green Bay. We drove right past Lambeau Field today. Zerflu, 3-ball, just short. The rebound knocked out of the hands of Linsmeyer, and it'll be Assumption basketball. Autumn will inbound it for Assumption. Looking, goes out on top to Wendell. Right side, Grundhofer. Step back, Linsmeyer. Back to Grundhofer. Scooped over the top. Zerflu thought about going baseline, but thought better of it. Linsmeyer on top. Autumn over the head with the pass. And a timeout taken by Coach Burkhauser. Like the ball movement, just wasn't quite getting the pass to the interior that he was hoping that he would be able to get. So he'll take a timeout and gives us a chance to talk to you a little bit about Homestead Golf. Boy, we just cannot wait. 715-423-7577. Assumption basketball as we come out of the TO, 15:35. The ball game here as Graceland Lenz comes back in for Coach Wagner. Royals with the ball. Right side, Linsmeyer. Inside, Skiba. Outside, Linsmeyer. 16-footer doesn't go. Wendels with the rebound. She tears it away, and there's going to be a foul called on Suring. And it's going to be whistled against Graceland Lenz. Her third, team's first. So, I can just about reach out and touch Autumn. That's how close she is to me on the inbound here on the end line. She'll get it into Zerflu around to Grunhofer. Jumper, 3-ball, doesn't go. Wendels with another board to Grunhofer. Jump stop in the paint. And she gets fouled on the drive to the basket. I don't think they're going to give her free throws, though. Nope, they will not. And Katie Stegman just picked up her 4th personal. Nope, they are going to give her free throws. They were pointing at the out of bounds, but they changed their mind and they're going to give her 2. So Gina with 18 points, looking for 19 and just found it. It was in the bottom of the net. Where else? Hit the second toss here, and it'll be 20 for Gina, and it'll be 47-11. And, oh, it fell off. Skiba trying to get the rebound, can't hang on to it. It goes out of bounds. Suring will have it. Royals now going to drop back off the pressure, pick up at half court instead. Sleater, straight up the middle of the court. She'll go left side to Stegman. Not a very deep bench for Suring. They're going to have to play these girls with 4 fouls until they fall out. And now we're going to get a screen and a jump ball call. And the possession here in favor of the Royals. Carson Bushman and Rose Crowns will come in for Gina Grunhofer and for Autumn Linsmeyer. 14:55 to go here in the ball game. I'm going to let Macy play a little bit because she didn't get a whole lot of PT in that first half with those 2 early fouls. And better today than next week Friday, that's for sure. Crowns on top of the circle. Zerflu right side, Wendels. Jab step to the right, and then she goes to Zerflu on top of the wheel. Back around to Crowns. Zerflu coming baseline, cut off there, slams on the brakes, goes back out to Bushman. Crowns skip it over the top, Wendels has it there. Looking for a screen from Skiba, can't use it. Zerflu left wing. Bushman right baseline. And now back around into the hands of Wendels. 14:13 to go here in our contest. 46-11, Assumption on top. Zerflu, 3-bomb, right corner, short off the rim. Rebound into the hands of Suring's A.Z. Van Bellinger. She goes to Sleater, and we're going to foul. A push going to be called on Macy Zerflu, and Macy was looking for some help from her teammates to call out the screen, and she didn't get it. Second team foul. I got 3 on the team, but they've got 2 up there. Now they got 3. There we go. Third team foul. So Suring with the basketball. Lenz has it. Picked up by Crowns. Tough pass on the right side. Goes right into the hands of the waiting official. And it's turnover number 17 on Suring. 13:50 in half number 2 left on the clock. 46-11. It's been all Royals here this afternoon. Crowns, skip it left side. Zerflu. When she tried to go baseline, there 3 different players jumped down and stopped her way. Like a roadblock over there. Crowns, Skiba, beyond the arc on the right baseline, down in front of us. Carson Bushman, jumper! 2 just inside of the arc! And when Carson hit it, the bench exploded. They love it when the girls get to come off the bench and knock down a few shots. 48-11. Left side, ball partially blocked. Grab it out of the sky by Wendels. Gracie's got a good ball game going on today. She's doing all the dirty work out there. Here come the Royals into the forecourt. Rose Crowns, right wing. Oh, well, Lydia Skiba has to go right through her hands. And we'll go the other way. Mason Kring's back into the ball game. Jolene Frisch also. And they're going to replace Olivia Skiba and Gracie Wendels. And I think Coach Wagner wants a 30-second timeout. I do too. Let's take a 30, Tim. Back with more from Oconto Falls after this. Autumn Linsmeyer will replace Kristen Linsmeyer. Coach wants to have a quick word with her about what happened out there in the court. Second free throw for Lenz is on the way, and this one rattles a few times and then it spins out. And the rebound secured by Rose Crowns. 51-14 Assumption. 10.5 minutes remaining in our ball game. Crowns coming down the baseline, stops and pops off the glass. No. Rebound battled for and won by Krings. Linsmeyer to Bushman. Krings gets double teamed, dribbles away from it. On top, Linsmeyer, right side Crowns. Skip around to Krings. Back over to Rose, inside the arc, let it fly, short off the rim. There's Krings with a rebound in the left-hand finish. Mason working hard for points, 11 and 12. And it's 53-14. Assumption on top with 10 minutes remaining in half number 2. Seppel with the dribble on top of the circle. She'll rotate the arc to the right side. Lenz tries to penetrate against Linsmeyer. That's not too fruitful for her, so she dribbles it back to the wheel and goes left side. Baseline jumper falls off. There's Krings with another rebound. Looking for an outlet pass. Gets it ahead to Frisch. She'll stop and lay it off the glass and in. That was a nice assist from Mason Krings. And the Royals now lead at 55-14. Dump it underneath, put it up off the glass, too hard, gets her own rebound. Second shot doesn't fall. And Sleater had a couple of looks at it, Stegman did. It's 10, not 30. And the Royals get the rebound. Crowns over to Krings. Dump it underneath Bushman. Linsmeyer. And Krings gonna spot it up from three-point land, just short. And the rebound by Crowns. Linsmeyer flying down the lane, put it up, it won't go. And the board is secured by Stegman. 9 minutes remaining, 55-14 Royals as they get set to head to Green Bay next week, Friday. Into the forecourt go the Suring Golden Eagles, away from us down here on the far end of the field house. Dribble penetration, knocked away by Linsmeyer, out of bounds, last touch by Autumn. Gracie Wendell's getting set to check back in along with Kristen Linsmeyer, Autumn Linsmeyer, and Mason Krings. I think their day is probably going to be done. Game tonight by both those young ladies. Also getting set to check in is, looks like maybe a little bit of a finger issue for Carson Bushman. So Aaron Sullivan, a 5'7" sophomore, will check in for the Royals. It's a running clock now, so through all of that, the clock wound all the way down to 8 minutes as the Royals lead it by 41. Jump shot inside and knocked out of bounds. Well, if the Golden Eagles don't score here, the clock will continue to roll. That'll make for a better chance for us to get back in time for that ball game tonight in Pittsville. This could work out very nicely for this guy. Into the lane with a penetration by Sleater, and a foul going to be whistled against the Royals. It's going to go against Kristen Linsmeyer, so Kristen with 2 fouls quickly in the limited amount of time she's been out there. Coach Berghauser comes down and talks to a couple of the girls on the end of the bench. And we get another foul. This one going against Jolyn Frisch. Her first. Team 7th. Free throws now on the way for the rest of the way. And the first one's good by Katie Stegman. She is 3 for 5 from the free throw line. If she makes this free throw, the clock would stop on whistles as normal. This would get it down to 39, and she does. So the Royals now into the forecourt. Rose Crowns has it across the timeline. Left-hand side, Linsmeyer. Back to Wendell's. Linsmeyer inside to Frisch. Bounce it out onto the right elbow. That's Crowns. Doesn't take the shot. She goes instead of Kristen Linsmeyer. Back over to Rose. Bounce it inside. Sullivan. And the Royals rework the arc. Linsmeyer has it poke checked away. And it's picked up by Suring. Turnover number 7 on Assumption. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. I might be wrong on that 40-point thing. In the second half, it might be 38, or 35, excuse me. It's still running, and they're up by 39 right now. So Gracie Wendell's picking up her first personal. And free throws upcoming for Greta Sleater, who has not shot free throws thus far. First one short off the bracket, and the rebound secured by the Royals. And knocked to the floor now. That could be against Lenz. And that's number 4 on Gracelyn Lenz. And now Assumption continuing to make substitutions. Into the ball game coming Kenzie Wagner, sophomore. Rachel Kaminsky, also a sophomore. And the ball goes through the hands of Wagner, out of bounds. Claire Preuss, a 5'6" sophomore, also on the court for Assumption. So once again, Assumption able to play the entire bench, this time in a sectional final. They were able to do it 4 of the 5 tournament games thus far. Pretty impressive. We're down to 5 minutes to go, 55-16. Turn the edge, Van Bellinger, and we're going to get a late foul called on the Royals. And it's going to go against Claire Preuss. First on Claire. 1-and-1 for AZ Van Bellinger. She is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And she's now 2 for 2. She has 4 points. All the points in the second half have been from the free throw line for Suring. All 6 of them have not made a basket yet in this second half. And the second toss on the way for Van Bellinger is good. She has 5. 55-18 Royals with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Here's an errant pass that's being volleyballed around, and I think last touched by the Golden Eagles. Good hustle that time by Sleater trying to save it. Sullivan to inbound for Royals. Linsmeyer to the basket, put it up, the runner doesn't fall. And Suring coming away with it. It's Greta Sleater, tough pass up ahead, caught by Van Bellinger. Dump it underneath, left-hand side, finish it, Stigman. And there's their first basket of half number 2 at the 3:42 mark. And we'll call it 3:45 by the time I looked at the clock. Of the second half before they gave up their first basket. The Royals just playing really good basketball this time of year. Boys and girls. We'll have boys basketball for you tonight whenever we get back and over to Pittsville, as they will take on the Panthers in the regional final right here on WLJY. We're hoping to get it going by 10-2. Tough pass underneath. Linsmeyer put it off, spins off the rim. Rebound battled for, and got there by Preuss. 3:10 to go, 55-20, Assumption on top and has the basketball. Sullivan coming baseline, coming hard, put it up off the glass, too hard. Rebound battle for, Preuss gets it out of there, but they're going to say jump ball. And the possession arrow will head toward Suring's way. And now Suring will bring in a host of substitutes. And they get a standing ovation from their crowd, who appreciate the run that they made here in the tournament. Number 15, Felicia Wachtendonk, Wiley Van Bellinger, Lindsay Runge, Zabalfa, and Griffin on the court now in the final 2:25 for the Golden Eagles. Baseline drive, we're going to get a hold, and free throws are going to be coming up for Runge, 5'4" freshman. The bench consists of 4 freshmen, a junior, and a senior, so a young squad down there. 2 free throws coming up for Runge, as it's the super bonus for Suring, and the free throw does not stick. Runge will get 1 more free throw with clock running and a minute 45 to go. Second toss, this one's good. She gets her name in the book. Yeah, a girl, Wiley. Royals now. Minute and a half to go. Right side, Linsmeyer. That's Kristen with it. Sullivan. Lob it up to the inside. Kaminsky can't get it to go. Coming away with it. Look out! Oh my. Sliding into a wheelchair in the handicap section that time. Trying to save the basketball was Wiley Van Bellinger. Inbounds pass to the midcourt stripe. Seppel with it there. Catch on the right side, 60 seconds to state, and counting. Seppel has the ball poke checked away. Sullivan grabs it out of the sky. Royals into the forecourt. Claire Preuss trying to spin it in the paint. Unable to do so. Sullivan, Linsmeyer. Kristen has it on the hip on the left wing. Preuss looks for Sullivan, breaking beyond the arc on the near baseline. Kaminsky. Preuss will jack up a 15-footer. Short. Rebound. Foul. As Kristen Linsmeyer will go to the line, and the clock might actually run out while Kristen's at the free throw line. We're down to under 30 seconds to go, and she's got 2 free throws. Down to 20. And here comes her first free throw. Yep, clock may run out here before she actually shoots the second. First one on the way, no. And timeout going to be taken. I think Coach Wagner wants to get one more substitute in there. And does. Runge, who got a chance to shoot a free throw, takes a seat. And so, one free throw coming up for Kristen Linsmeyer. Free throw is in the air, and it rattles around the net. Rebound battled for, and knocked out of bounds by the Royals. And let's see if shot can even get off here before the gun sounds. It does not. We've come to the end of our ball game. The Assumption Royals are headed back to the state tournament. The rush to the rush continues as the Assumption Royals able to outscore the Golden Eagles of Suring in the second half, 17-10. Come away with a 55-21 victory. Be a lot of celebrating, picture taking, net cutting, and hopefully chatting with a few of the girls and Coach Burkhauser. We got a lot of work to do yet before we start heading over to Pittsfield tonight. We're going to enjoy the moment because you never take it for granted. Assumption Royals victorious here by the final of 55-21. We'll take a timeout. I'll add up some numbers. We'll be back with all of that right after this. You're listening to the new Y105.5 WLJY as well as on the World Wide Web, WLJYFM.com. Back with more after this. Yeah, I'll play a few. I got some work to do yet. Set to make their 4th consecutive trip to the state tournament. So the awards have been given now out to the Division 5 state finalists, Suring Golden Eagles, and now the Assumption Royals, sectional champions for the 4th year in a row. Coach didn't step too far. All the girls rushed out there and grabbed it as he waved them out there, and well deserved. I bet you those girls are so pleased to be headed back for a 4th straight year. And if we get Hauser's walking over this way and debating if he's going to talk a little bit with us right now or if they need him back out on the court, but he's going to stop by for a few quick moments. Congratulations.
Thanks, Lenny. Appreciate it very much.
Great game today.
It was. It really was. We had a little bit of a slow start, but we saw Missouri. They came out and they had a game plan against us. They really did. They had a game plan against us, and they packed it inside and they did a really nice job of doing that. They took away our bigs. We see that all the time. But we knew our guard play that we got some kids that can shoot and get it done, and we came out. We hit that three right off the bat, and we missed a couple layups. I'm just going to start accepting that, I think, from now on. But very proud of the girls, and everybody got to play today, and pretty special moment again to go to state.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Never gets old, does it?
Yep, never does get old, exactly.
You know that your defense did not give up a basket in the second half until there was 3:45 to go.
Yeah, well, you know what, I'll tell you, we made a couple adjustments in the first half, from the first half. Not that we had to make a ton of adjustments, but just some things that we needed to clean up. And we've been stressing the last couple days, working on containing the ball and working hard defensively. And we know that for us to be in this position every year, we got to work hard defensively. And one thing I'm happiest most about is we get to come back on Monday and practice again.
It's always fun when you got a special group of people and you get to spend more time with them, isn't it?
Well, yeah, most definitely, and I just want to reach out to Coach Klein. He, talking about a special person. He, he's not with us today, but we want him to just let him know that we love him. The kids are thinking about you, and we're going to bring a piece of the home of the net for you, buddy.
Yeah, you bet. He's a good man, that's for sure. Take a look at what you do, and you talk about some unsung players. You've actually had quite a few down the stretch here, huh? You had today, I thought, a player that was out there, one that comes to mind, actually two. You talk about both of them, Gracie Wendels and Mason Cranes.
Yeah, they accept their roles, and I'll take Wendels at first. Probably the best rebounding 5'5" kid you see in the state. She got a nose for the ball, and she just gets it all the time. And knows her role. She's a defender. She scores 4 to 6 points a game, maybe, if that, but accepts that role, and that's what gets her on the court.
That's for sure.
And then with Krings, just another kid that accepts her role. She's got to defend. She's a good shooter for us. Scores a little bit more, but they're so unselfish. Sometimes they get to a point where they're way too unselfish, but yeah, great kids.
But you can see that unselfishness wearing off on the other girls as well, because there were times when you had in your second string or your third string, and they would have a wide open lane to the basket, but they're looking to pass first. That's just part of that, isn't it?
Well, it is, and once we get into some tighter games and things like that, I would say a more natural scorer like a Gina or Macy, and they all can score, but when they're more natural at it, they do keep it. They keep it there. They tend to keep it a little bit more, they just do a nice job of distributing the ball.
Yeah, they really do, and it's kind of fun to once again look off to our left here and see the girls climbing the ladder and cutting down the net. That really just doesn't get old, does it?
No, it doesn't get old. It's pretty cool to see. And neat to see Joel Lidenfrisch hugging her dad. I'm not sure if she has been to state. No, she was at state a couple years ago, I think, with the softball team. But she came back out this year. She didn't play this year and just played a tremendous role for us. And I think she saw an opportunity to be a part of another team and just did a great job with it. So, just an extension to all the kids in the program, and especially the coaches. It was not a tough season, but it was a season of adversity. So we're still conference co-conference champions, or however you say that, tri-conference champions, and we're going to state again. And our goal is to get the prize.
Yeah, and that's something that these girls haven't tasted since their freshman year. For some of them, and I think they really are showing that hunger, aren't they?
Well, they are. I think part of the focus from the beginning of the year was at the end of the year. And we said, hey, come on, we got to make steps to get better. And in the last month and a half, we've gotten better. Tremendously better. We got through the dog days of winter, and we see some spring coming next week. But we're gonna work hard starting Monday again and take advantage of this 4 days before our game to get better.
You're talking about Jolynn. I talked to her after the ball game when you knocked off Loyal the other night, and I said, I bet you're glad you came back. I didn't think her grin could get any bigger, but it did. She was so excited about coming back, and we were talking about the kind of spark that she provides to her teammates, up and down the bench. When she comes off the court, she was just fist pumping, and she was so excited.
Yeah, well, she's brought that kind of energy, to us this year. It was evident to see at the first Loyal game we played in the Cranberry Classic. I mean, she was just jacked up, and she just brings that type of intensity and excitement to the team, and that's what we kind of needed a little bit. So all these kids, it's been, I don't want to use I'm going to use the word monotonous. It's been the same thing every year. And we don't change a ton because what we have, it works. So not to sound arrogant or anything, but it works, so we're not going to really change a ton. And she just brings a different excitement, it's been fun.
Talk about the toughness of your team. You can take a look at somebody like Autumn Linsmeyer. She looks like a triage unit.
Yeah, she's a tough kid. She got banged pretty hard on Thursday night, as everybody knows, and just said, hey, put a Band-Aid on and let's go play. And it's pretty cool of her, just to get out there and say, hey, you know what, I'm fine. I'm not injured. I'm just hurt a little bit. I'm going to be back in there for my teammates.
Yeah, and she just battled through it all, didn't she? What more can you say? I mean, this team has just been. It's had to be a joy for you for the last couple of years, hasn't it?
It is. It truly is. Like I said, you get. We're a family. We've been a family. A lot of these kids have been playing for 3 or 4 years with us, and you go through ups and downs and with family, and when you're together that long. You have good times, you have bad times, and we work through the bad times. There hasn't been a lot, but there's such a high expectation with these kids all the time, and they're high school girls basketball players. They're not presidents, or they probably will be. They probably do a better job than the one we got. Anyway, no, they've been through a lot, and there's a ton of pressure on them every year, and they just get through it with class and dignity.
Yeah, that proverbial bullseye that you always talk about, it's on their back, and it started off way back, back in November already. Everybody was shooting for them, and everybody's like, how are they going to come back? How are they going to react? Well, Olivia was out at the beginning again this year, so they had to battle through some adversity. Exactly. But they just hung in there all year long, and right now they're enjoying it.
Well, they are, and as they should. So this is fun. It's a lot of fun.
It sure is. And, I know last night you were over at the boys' game as well, and that little run is kind of fun as well.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get out of here, and that's the one thing we told the kids before the game. They're so excited to get to Pittsville and watch that game, and so are we, and so am I. And but he said, hey, come on, we got to get a job done first. And we felt pretty good going into this one, but there's a reason why you got to play the game. You do the things that you're supposed to be doing, but we're excited about the boys' game tonight, and we're going to have a lot of people there, and hopefully they can get it done too.
Yeah, and you really got to enjoy these moments, don't you? Because you just can never take them for granted, and even though it's happened 4 straight years, it's really fun to watch the girls and see how excited they are, and they're just enjoying it. Because the seniors know, no matter what, this is their last sectional championship.
Yeah, most definitely, and most of them are saying right now, all I got to do is spend one more week with that jerk, and we're done. So.
But enough about me.
Yeah.
So you got to go cut a little net?
No, they don't let the kids do that. They can celebrate that. So that's all about them.
Those crowds going up there right now. And boy, a nice following today, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. I'm not surprised, but pleasantly pleased. We do. We have such a great following everywhere we go. And especially this time of year, it's great to see, some old faces that you haven't seen in quite some time. So it's a neat feeling.
Rose Crowns gets the last little piece of the net cut, and it comes down off of the rim, and the excitement is, look at that. It's really fun to watch the girls with their parents and friends and enjoying them.
Yeah. You want some kids?
Yeah, want to send some over? Sure. Coach Burkhauser.
Seniors?
Sure, you bet.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Bring them.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Joe Burkhauser of the Assumption Royals. Tell you what, while he goes and gets a few girls, why don't we take a 30-second timeout? We'll be back with more from Oconto Falls right after this. At Oconto Falls, as the net has been cut down and the trophy has been given out, and now Mason Krings comes by. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's awesome.
Now it's your senior year, and you got an opportunity to cut down that net again, and what a joyous time.
Yeah, every year since freshman year, it's just surreal. Every year, it feels just as amazing. It doesn't get any less exciting.
Were you any more nervous than you were other years just because it was your senior year out there?
Well, of course, there's more at stake. I never get to come back and do it again, so yeah, probably. I just wanted to live in the moment and remember it. So
It was one of those situations where the clock was running and you're probably thinking, I wish it wasn't, huh? So I could play some more.
it lasts forever, yeah. I'm not ready for it to end.
Yeah, and you played particularly well today. You got some 3 balls going early, and that really made a difference. I think your confidence grew from that.
Yeah, I missed my first couple shots, but my dad always tells me you got to keep shooting.
I think I've been telling you that for about 3 years as well.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you got a good-looking shot, and if you can put down a few of those next Friday and Saturday, that'd be wonderful too.
Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully it's on.
Yeah. As you take a look at the senior girls that you've spent all this time with, what are some of the things you're going to take from this moment?
Oh, of course, just the friendship that we've built. We've been all playing together since 4th grade, and we've built some amazing friendships, and that's what I'm probably going to miss the most.
The practices?
That too. But we've made some good memories from practices as well. Yeah.
Sometimes when you work that hard, you're like, oh man, I can't believe
We're
we
all
got
in it together.
Yeah,
We all suffer together.
But you know what? Those are the things that when you get away from it, you'll forget kind of the hard times. You'll think back and they'll all be good memories.
Times, yep.
So now this week you got some practices ahead of you.
Yep.
And then
Preparing for both games. I don't know who won for do you know yet? I don't know.
we haven't heard either yet. We're kind of thinking Fall River might take that one.
That's what we were thinking too. So I'm sure we'll prepare for whoever won.
Yeah, and then you got 4 days of that. And then are you heading down to state on Thursday, right?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Okay, I think you play at 10:45 in the morning on Friday against either Fall River or Sheboygan Area Lutheran.
I'm sure it'll be a good game no matter what. I'm excited.
I can tell because the smile's even bigger than normal. So we're going to let you go, and congratulations, and go
Thank
celebrate.
you.
Appreciate it. That's Mason Krings of the Assumption Royals as we get set to continue our post-game show here on the new Y1055 WLJY. And we're now joined by Jolynn Frisch. I'm going to point her towards the camera for posterity here and say congratulations.
Thank you.
Remember on Thursday night after the game I asked you if you're glad you came out?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Are you even happier?
Oh, I'm so ecstatic. It's a great feeling to know that we can go to state again.
I was just talking to Coach about the enthusiasm that you bring to the team. I think that's been pretty easy for you.
Yeah, it has. I'm pretty competitive through my nature, and I get it from my dad, actually, and he's looking over here. Hi, Dad. And it comes from watching my brothers play when they were younger, when I was younger, too, so I got dragged along to all the events.
And now you get the opportunity to celebrate.
Yeah, I do. They never made it to state, so I can say I'm the only one.
One little feather to put in your hat,
Yeah.
right? So out there on the court today, pretty well you had the game under control. Was it kind of a relaxed atmosphere compared to Thursday?
Yeah, it was pretty relaxed, but we didn't take them for granted. We knew that they could drive, and they could shoot the free well, so we were prepared, and we had our game plan, and we executed really well today.
Speaking of preparing, now you got to get prepared for state tournament. What's this week going to be like at school?
This week is going to be pretty electric. Our boys are playing tonight later, too, so especially if they win tonight, we're just going to keep that electricity and hope that we can both make it to state this year.
Yeah, now if I think about it, the boys would play on Thursday, and then they'd play on Saturday again, so they'd have a busy travel schedule. You guys would have a busy we all would be flying around the state.
Right.
But what a fun time to do it.
Yeah, it's a great time of the year, March Madness, and I'm glad to be a Royal right now.
Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's Jolynn Frisch of the Assumption Royals, as they are victorious here this afternoon by the score of 55-21. And now joining us, hi, poor Macy didn't get to play a whole lot.
I
today.
know. Yeah, I had 2 fouls right away in the beginning, so I had to sit out the rest of the first half.
You know what I said, though? I said, I bet you would gladly trade those 2 fouls right now if you get to play the state championship game without any
Oh,
fouls, right?
definitely, for sure.
In a heartbeat,
Yeah.
right? So if that's going to happen, it'll be.
Hi, Mom.
Is it great getting that sectional championship?
Yes, so exciting to be back here again and to be heading off to state next week. It's going to be a lot of preparation for Friday's game, but I'm really excited to do it.
You know, after that game against Loyal, which was a really hard-fought battle that night, a little bit easier here. Was it kind of nice coming back to a familiar setting where you kind of knew where everything was, the locker rooms, the court? You were used to it from last year?
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, we walked into the locker room and we were like, okay, we had this next year. It was kind of comfortable to come back here.
Yeah, even when we came pulling up with the bus, we're like, oh, yeah, that's where we enter over there. Because
Yep.
when you go to a different venue, you're never quite sure. But just that comfort. And the same thing will hold true at the Ruesch Center. You've only been down there, 3 years ago?
Yeah. yeah, it's gonna be familiar for us. So I hope that we're not too nervous about it, and that'll help calm us down since it's a familiar setting.
Yeah, and I don't think you have anything to be nervous about. You guys have been playing very well as of late, all year long, obviously, but you played really well lately. And I always go back to that game against Aquinas. I think that game really got you going in the right direction, more so than the rest of the year.
Yeah, I agree. We played really hard that game. Mason wasn't there; she was in the hospital, so we knew we had to step up our game with one of our starters gone, and we just started progressing and getting better and better from that game.
And then again today, you got yourself in a little bit of foul trouble, and the bench came through again. Gracie Wendels came off the bench; she played really well. I thought Rose gave you some good minutes out there as well. Just an all-around good team effort.
Yeah, and especially when our starters get in foul trouble, our bench really steps it up. On Thursday against Loyal, Olivia and I were in foul trouble, and our bench played phenomenal.
Yeah, they did, and that was a big win, wasn't it, against Loyal?
Yeah, it's exciting, and I was a little nervous the whole week. I mean, Monday I was like, okay, let's just play today, but I mean, we played and we got it done. So.
Yeah, I remember that Tuesday night when the boys were playing and you were in the band. We were talking to each other going, I just wish it was Thursday and get here, right?
I know.
And is it going to be like that this week, or is it because you're seniors and it's the final week of basketball, are you going to kind of want it to slow down a little bit?
Yeah, I think I'm going to want it to slow down. It hit me last week that we're seniors and we're done. I mean, this is our last ride, so we got to make sure we finish it.
Well, let's finish it off with this gold ball in Green Bay on Saturday.
That's the plan.
All right. That's Macy Zerflew. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Macy Zerflew of the Assumption Royals, as they are victorious here tonight.
Hello.
How are you, Gina?
Good.
Nice game today.
Thank you very much.
You're so smiley and happy, I suppose.
know.
Why not? Look at the camera up on top.
Oh.
Yep. Got to get you smiling face on the air here. So talk a little bit about the W today. You guys came out, I think you started off very well and just kind of took away any thoughts of Suring being able to upset you.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, we knew this game was important. We didn't want to take them lightly, so we came out like we always try to do, which is with a lot of intensity, focused, just ready to do what we do.
In the post-game interview I had with Coach Weisenbeck last night when they defeated Port Edwards, he mentioned you and said the beauty is that we get to go to practice for another day. And he quoted that and said, you know what, guys, we get to go to practice for another day. They got to practice yesterday for tonight's game.
Yeah. He quoted me, really? Oh, wow, that's awesome. I mean, now we get to practice all week next week, too, which is amazing. I mean, I don't know a lot of teams who get to practice until the end of their season, especially 4 years in a row, so this is very special.
Outside of you and Barneveld, I don't think anybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And there is a possibility, got to get over one more hump before you can get towards that Saturday championship game again and possibly meeting up again with Barneveld. But got a little work to do between now and then.
Oh, of course. We will never stop working. Every day we have practice, every game we have, we work as hard as we can because we still have things we need to improve on. We still have things we need to study for Friday, possibly Saturday. So, yeah, there's no time off.
One of the things I asked Macy was, with this being your last week of basketball, which is almost hard to believe, do you want it to slow way down and just seem like it lasts forever?
Yeah, I do because, I don't get to do this with this specific team ever again. Like, next week is my last time playing with these girls, and I don't want it to go by fast. I want to enjoy it. I want it to slow down. I want to spend as much time with this team as I can. I don't want it to go by super fast.
What I was thinking was that sometimes the girls come back after they graduate and they'll come over and they'll spend some time and talk on the air with us. And I was thinking, I hope you get a chance to do that.
Oh, no, I hope I do too. That would be so fun.
It's always been a joy to talk to you. I can't believe it's been 4 years.
I know.
We thank you for your time.
It's
always been enjoyable. That's Gina Grunhofer of the Assumption Royals. And we've got Olivia Skiba talking about people that we enjoy talking to on the air.
Thank you.
We've got Olivia Skiba. Wave at Mr. Ruesch on the camera up there.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You look very happy.
I am very happy. I'm very excited. I don't know how many programs can say this. I'm sure all the girls have said it, but I think it's kind of. I mean, I was my freshman year. I was on the second team in practice, so I was giving them looks. I didn't go in the final game my freshman year. I played a little more my sophomore year, and then last year I played a lot, but it didn't really feel like it because I missed a third of the season because of my shoulder. But it's kind of crazy that we went from freshman now we're seniors, and it's like we're doing it again, and it's us. I don't want to take away from that, but it's there's no one anymore. I mean, it was last year, but it's crazy. It's like, I don't know, it's a different team kind of every year, I'd say, and it's crazy that I mean, we've had success and we're a strong program, but I'm sorry, I can't, like, we're a different team, and we've managed to make it there every year, and it's just.
And the funny part is that you had most of the returning players from last year's squad, and yet you still have that different feel to it.
Right, exactly, it is. It was kind of, I remember last year when we were shooting around before practice, we're like, wow, we're not going to lose anyone next year. It's just the gym's going to feel so full. And the freshman class came in, and we were talking actually Thursday night about how much we love the freshman class this year. And it's kind of a different dynamic. And everyone, I think this year in the beginning of the season, we had a difficulty, everyone kind of figuring out their role in the middle of the season. And I think now we have done a really great job of everyone knows their role. I mean, just if you look at some of our bench play, like, they sometimes go in at the worst part of the game. Say people are like Thursday night, people are in foul trouble. If you're thrown into the game, you have to know what's going on. You can't mess up. I mean, and you have to contain the game. And everyone has been doing such a great job of doing their role. So.
And with no seniors on last year's squad, you guys have been like seniors for 2 years now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, because last year was just like, okay, kind of. I mean, we were so happy to be there, but it was just like, oh, we always have next year. And now there's no next year. So, yeah.
I think that part of that is why I think I've seen the way you guys have been playing in the last 3-4 weeks. The finality of it all, knowing that it could end at any moment, and you just don't want that to happen.
Right, yeah. And I think this year we have just come together so much this year. I mean, it's so different. Like, we hang out outside of basketball a lot more, and it's just we get along really well, and I think that shows when we play together.
Well, you get one more week to hang together and take that trip to Green Bay and to the rest side.
Yeah, exactly. Practice for four more practices. So yeah.
Thank you very much for stopping by. Congratulations. That's Olivia Skiba, and next we're going to get a chance to chat with Gracie Wendels. Hi, Gracie.
Hi.
I was talking to Coach. Say hi to Mr. Ruesch up on top. Wave at the camera.
Hi.
There he is. I was talking a little bit with the girls, and I talked to Coach as well, and I said, I thought you played a whale of a game today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you were just out there wreaking havoc, really. You caused a lot of turnovers. The press really, I think, worked well today.
Yeah, our press, we have been working on it all year, and I think today everyone was on their toes and ready to anticipate, and it really benefited us, and we worked well to get some steals.
One of the things that some of the starters have been saying was that they've been very impressed with the performance of the bench as of late, because sometimes you get thrown into difficult situations late in the ball game, especially like against Loyal, got in a little bit of foul trouble there, even early in that ball game. Today, Macy goes down with some early fouls, so you played a lot of minutes today.
Yeah, when they get in foul trouble, I and the bench players have to be ready to go in, and we have to be confident going out there, and I think that every player out on the team makes us feel comfortable being out there, so it really helps us to just go and replace their position for a little while.
Sometimes coaches have this mantra, next man up or next girl up, and that really holds true for you guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, everyone on the bench is just ready to go in whenever.
So are you anticipating a fun week at school next week?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure how much focus I'll have on the studying, but
well, if I can tell the teacher something right now, just take it easy on the young ladies, okay? Yeah. And the boys as well. The boys right now, they got a big one tonight. They might be playing on Thursday, so you could have a game on Thursday with the boys, you guys on Friday, boys and you on Saturday. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be awesome. I'm so excited.
Let's just talk about canceling school right now, right?
I agree.
Okay, all in favor, we're raising our hands, and I guess that'll cancel school next week at Assumption. Gracie, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Great game today. Gracie Wendels of the Assumption Royals. Carson Bushman, my goodness, I think I've talked to you more in the last 3 weeks than I have in the last 3 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Did you have fun out there today?
Of course, it's always fun.
Always fun, isn't it? Even the bus ride home.
Yeah. Little long. Could have done without that, but our bus driver was great. He was flying.
Yeah, I think we made it here in 25 minutes or something like that. It wasn't, no, not quite that fast, but a lot of fun and a fun day, and it's a fun week waiting ahead for you. What are you anticipating next week?
Well, practice. We've practiced the maximum number of days we can, so that's always great. We'll probably work on defense a lot, and I think we're supposed to play Fall River, and we've heard they're pretty good, so it should be interesting.
I think they were taking on Sheboygan area Lutheran, who came in with a record of about 9-17, so we're anticipating Fall River winning. Do you you hear that they did win?
I think so, but don't quote me on that.
If you do, I think last I saw, Fall River's ranked like 3rd in state, right behind you guys. It's been going back and forth between 2 and 3, so that sounds like a pretty good battle.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Now, making the trip over to the Ruesch Center, that holds so many memories for you?
Yes, always staying at the same hotel, and I don't know, it's always fun. And I hope it'll be fun this time.
Glad you brought that up because we were talking earlier about some of the familiarity, and that's kind of nice. You know what the hotel's like, you know what the setting is like, and you can kind of be relaxed on that end.
Yeah, but it never gets old. It's always just as exciting as the first time.
Was it exciting cutting down the net?
Of course, except for I'm kind of a klutz, so climbing the ladder and the scissors is kind of
Not a good combination.
probably not.
Well, it looks like the ladder is empty and the net is down, and you guys
Yep,
are
yep.
victorious. Talk one more thing yet. Let's talk about the finality of it all. Senior year.
It's really sad, but it has to end, and this is a great way to end it. So,
Getting back to state downtown, you can say that way.
right.
4 straight years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty exciting. Well, thank you for stopping by. Great chatting with you again, and we'll see you next week down at state tournament. That's Carson Bushman of the Assumption Royals, who are victorious here this afternoon by the final score of 55-21. We'll take one last time out. We'll add up some numbers. We'll wrap things up here from Oconto Falls. We'll do all of that and more right after this. You're listening to Assumption Royal Basketball on the new Y 105.5 WLJY.